up continues to go faster. And the reason that I wanted to look back at this and talk about it is because when you look at this, you say to yourself, so what's next? Where are we going? Now, as you heard very, very well from Ralph and David and others, right? Really important thing is that everything's going to be connected. Everything. We like to call it mobilized life. And when you think about mobilizing life, you think about your customer experience. You think about your experience from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, right? And what I love about this is, if you guys recall, and Ralph talked a little about it, last year I was up here talking about what? The connected home. I was proud to be on the stage last year representing a great team called Digital Life that really took us and introduced our jump into home security and automation, right? And I'm very, very proud of what this team's gotten accomplished, right? We launched the most simple, flexible, and customizable offer in the marketplace by far, right? The first all IP-based, all digital-based platform, the first one UL has ever certified. It's working. Everything from scratch. As Ralph said, we've made a commitment of 50 markets. The team launched 59. And certainly last but not least, as you can see on the slide, our customers are the ones who get to tell us how we're doing. They get to vote, are we doing well? And when you launch a brand new business, if you launch a brand new app, you all know you're changing the world. You're changing every aspect of it. Our biggest concern was, how would our customers react to that? And we call it NPS, Net Promoter Score, but we're leading the industry. What's even more exciting is it's the highest Net Promoter Score we've ever seen with a new product, right? So the team's done a nice job, but that was last year, and obviously we're going to continue to drive this. So the question is, what are we going to talk about today, right? And today's focus, as Ralph told you, is on automotive, the connected car. A lot of buzz around this, right? Saw a lot of write-ups before CES. What are all the car companies doing at CES? We're going to talk about that. But very important, right, is what's the opportunity? I mean, for all of you in the audience, you're saying, okay, Glenn, that's great, right? But what does this mean to me if I go develop for a car? So let me throw out a couple of stats. First stat is US-based, 16 million new cars a year. The second stat, 165 million cars that have OBD2 capabilities. OBD2 allows you to turn a car, with a little help from a dongle, into a connected car. And then if you look at the 63 million number, that's the number of new vehicles globally. So we, AT&T, view this 100% as a global opportunity, right? I will tell you, the automobile OEMs, others in the ecosystem see this as global, which is why I have a large developer opportunity, and I promise you we'll dig into that more. So, from an AT&T perspective, connected car. So where do you guys play? Everybody says, kind of, where do the carriers fit? I will tell you, early on, it was really just about connectivity. So if you look at this kind of up to 2013, we were having lots of conversations about how do we connect the car, right? What kind of module? What's the technology? Put LTE in the car. But that's changing, and changing rapidly. And by the way, I always hear, well, gosh, the automobile OEMs are kind of slow and not innovating. That's changing, and it's changing right now. If you look at this, you can see the other things that we're talking about moving beyond connectivity, right? Our partners are asking us to help them. And when you kind of look at this, you say, well, Glenn, I need a better example. And I think this is probably the best one. We view the car as a smartphone on wheels. That's where we're headed. All the things you want to do, all the things that happen in the smartphone world, all the incredible innovation and speed. I just said, really the smartphone world born in mid-07, 08 when it really took off. And look where we are now. Look at this. These are the kind of things that we're talking about for the car. Connectivity, voice and data. 4G hotspots in the car so you can bring other devices seamlessly into the vehicle. Content. I mean, all content. When, where, how, I want it, right? Infotainment. Most people don't want infotainment, it's just for the back seat. Infotainment's for the whole car. Obviously, we'll talk about safety and security and distracted driving, but this is about delivering what our customers want. Applications. Look, you will hear today from automobile OEMs that will tell you they want an app store for themselves. They want apps built for specific models. They're seeing the future of allowing people to customize their vehicle, and it's going to be all about applications. Big data and diagnostics, maybe the biggest opportunity. Big data, all the things that come off a car, now that a car is connected, it's basically a driving smartphone, a driving computer, which allows us to look at diagnostics, allows us to be proactive with customers. So this is where we're headed. And this is what makes it so exciting for a company like AT&T, because we're pretty good at the smartphone. With all of your help, it's grown and continues to grow. You heard David Christopher talk about the smartphone being the remote control for your life. This can be a better example of exactly where we're headed. So it's with my honor today, I'm going to announce, and this is actually going out with a press release today, that we're going to make public a couple of things. First, a new name and brand for the AT&T connected car business. Also, we'll be announcing a new platform that we will be bringing to market to go work with all the different partners in the automobile ecosystem. So AT&T Drive. As you can see from the tagline, transform the connected vehicle to mobilize life. This is about a customer's experience. By the way, you didn't clap. I'm all excited about this. Where's the clap? I want to very quickly thank David Christopher and his team, Esther Lee, who runs our brand. Really great work to help us with this, because we feel it's very important as we go forward that we put a name around our platform. And now you're probably saying, okay, that's great, Glenn, but what does that mean? And I think I want to walk in. So what is it? Why would AT&T build this? What are they going to do with it? How are we going to work with other players with it? And this is really the most important point. We've gotten a lot of feedback from our partners in the ecosystem. Remember, you have the big OEMs that are tremendous partners. You have others that are building around the car inside of that vehicle. And they've told us, we need more help than just connectivity from you guys. Right? The car will be a smartphone. You guys are good at that. You guys have apps. You have content. Right? We have a great Uverse product with wonderful content. We have a great apps world. This is the best anywhere. You've got to help us. More, it's got to be flexible, right? And modular. And what that means is that we can't have one fits for everybody. We have multiple OEM partners who need help in different areas. So our platform will be very flexible, very modular, right? With lots of partners. And then last but certainly not least, it's got to be customizable so these individuals can go compete. Right? This is not about, if you probably can imagine, if you talk to different automobile OEMs, this is becoming one of the reasons you buy a car. Right? What has it got inside? What's it going to do for me? What's the safety and security? What's the infotainment? What does it do for my kids in the back seat? All of that is about competing. And we want to bring this together for them to help them to be simply the best partner in the business for the automobile OEMs and others in the ecosystem. We have a few pillars that are very important as well. Okay. First of all, it's got to be about the customer. It's got to be about an effortless customer experience. And that's not just in the vehicle, it's also what you bring into the car, whether that's your smartphone or other devices. Safety and security is paramount. Okay, you'll hear us talk about this over and over. Distracted driving, you know how we have been absolutely the leader in the industry with our It Can Wait campaign. And we've got to continue to find and use technology to make the car a safer place, a safer environment, a more productive environment than it is today. Innovation around advanced platforms and willingness to scale. We have to be able to scale big and fast, right? Like I said, the automobile industry is moving faster. They're seeing this technology as differentiator, so they're going faster and faster, and we have to be a great partner with them. And last but certainly not least, we have to have flexible solutions, right? And we've got to be seamlessly connected throughout the whole car. Because remember, our automobile partners may have multiple partners in that car, which is very, very important that we make it seamless for them and ultimately has to be seamless for the end user. So I stole a little phrase from Ralph, but wait, it gets better. Please run the video.
In the history of the automobile, there have been places where car technology was pushed forward. Test tracks, assembly lines, the offices of visionaries. Now, add a new place to the list. A place ready to be the very hub of automobile innovation. Welcome to the AT&T Drive Studio. where AT&T is inviting the world's most innovative companies and developers to come create the future of connected cars. Headquartered in Atlanta, the AT&T Drive Studio will engineer end-to-end, fully integrated connected car solutions, all in one location. It's a next-generation garage where we explore ideas, research possibilities, and develop technologies, all to enhance the driving experience by improving safety, diagnostics, entertainment, and security. The 5,000-plus square foot showroom was designed with collaboration in mind. Vehicle bays allow us to get under the hood and take our innovations from the whiteboard to the dashboard. Here, AT&T's connected car team can brainstorm with other auto experts from around the world. Inside our speech lab, cutting-edge research will be conducted on all aspects of safe driving, from advanced user interfaces to bringing natural speech recognition to life inside the car, allowing drivers to access their favorite applications while keeping their hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. As the first U.S. carrier to open a working innovation facility dedicated to the connected car, AT&T is proud to unveil the Drive Studio and to help create the future of connected cars.
So when you think about bringing out the Drive platform, and then you say, well, where are we going to go do with that? This is very, very exciting for us. As I'll go here, I want to jump into the next slide because what's really exciting about this is you all know about our foundries. The gentleman that started those is sitting in the front seat. John Donovan has already spoke to you today. This is about working hand in hand with the foundry. So we did put this in Atlanta, Georgia. It's actually just across and up the street from the foundry. So we can take very, very new, very, very fledgling opportunities and hopefully bring those from the foundry into the Drive Studio. But really important, this is about having a research hub for automobile innovation. It's about having the most innovative place anywhere focused on the connected car. It's about being able to go end to end, as the video said. It's about looking at integrated solutions and really physically putting them together and watching them work. It's about bringing all of our partners in and their partners and other partners and all figuring out how we get the car to the next stage of being connected. Also, the garage is where we're going to develop real technologies. The goal here is to physically build it, make it work, bring it to market. It's about also a focus on driver safety, right? It's about a focus. That's why you saw our voice lab in there. We believe that contextual natural voice is going to be a key component to the car. We believe this is where the car's got to go so you can keep both hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. And obviously, it's about collaboration inside the ecosystem. It's about us basically saying, look, we believe so much in the opportunity that we're going to spend dollars, we're going to put resources, and we're going to build this place to make and grow this business. It's also about these individuals. And these are our preferred partners. I want you to please give these folks a round of applause. Many of these folks are in the room. They were the first to raise their hands and say, I want in, I want to be a part of this. There'll be others. But really, what's really exciting is we now have a platform, Drive. We now have a place to go take the connected car to the next level. So next, I'm very, very proud. I've invited a few folks, very senior folks from the automobile industry to come join me on stage, right? And with the goal of talking about this and talking about where the car is going. So I wanted you to hear not just from AT&T, but from some of our great partners. So with that, I'm going to ask Mary from GM OnStar to come on upstage. I'm going to ask Ulf from Ericsson and Brian from Glimpse.